Today, on Be Something Wonderful, how to collapse time and space and manifest your desires fast. I am your host, Tom Kearin, and this is the Be Something Wonderful studio of higher consciousness, where we help you level up and become the best version of yourself. Creators, good morning and welcome back to the studios of Be Something Wonderful. One of the biggest questions that is asked in the reality creation community is, how can I speed up my manifestation? How can I manifest what I want, what I desire fast? In other words, why hasn't it manifested yet? Or I persisted and applied the law of assumption, the law of being, assumed, imagined, and affirmed it, yet nothing. Well, Neville Goddard gives us the answer. This is what he says. The time it takes your assumption to become a fact, your desire to be fulfilled, is directly proportionate to the naturalness of your feeling of already being what you want to be, of already having what you desire. And Neville goes on and says, by feeling, I do not mean emotion, but the acceptance of the fact that it is fulfilled. Remember, feeling is not emotion. Emotion is source energy, energy in motion. Right? We use the term feelings and emotions to describe the feelings in our body, but that's a translation of source energy that we give a label to. So when he refers to feeling, we're talking about conviction and certainty of already being that which you desire to be. It's natural. I am that which I desire to be is a natural state of being. It's your nature. This is powerful because this is the only thing, the only answer to time. Because remember, time and space is an experience within that ultimate reality of all that you are. You give reality time and space and all the reality that it has, all the definition or meaning that it has. Otherwise, it means nothing without you. So you determine it. And if it's not feeling natural, if it's not your nature, if it's not natural to you, that's why. Because you're always manifesting or creating who and what you're conscious and aware of being. It's law. It's the only law. Right? So let's hit this like we never have before. Remember, expressing love and gratitude is natural. I think one of you were asking on the video where we were telling a story of a creator who created everything that she wanted, right? Over 6 weeks, everything unfolded. It wasn't about time. It was just the unfolding of that imaginal experience that she's already created in time and space. That's what time and space is for, to experience the change in that changeless reality. To experience what part, what perspective, what viewpoint of all that you are that you want to experience next. That's the physical nature of reality. It's not about the time, it's about the experience. Do you get it? It's about you experiencing that reality. But we make it about time and waiting and not having and non-fulfillment. It's not about that, right? Expressing love and gratitude is natural. One of you were asking, well, how did she express gratitude? Well, that's why you haven't experienced what you want to experience. No one can tell you how to be who you are. No one can tell you how to express gratitude. It's natural. What others did or didn't do is irrelevant. You only need to do you. Who are you? Express your gratitude, not what others say or what others did. It's totally irrelevant. That's what keeps everything that you want appearing like it hasn't manifested or you're not living it. Right? You're constantly looking, you're trying to mimic, imagine and affirm what others do. That's unnatural. Right? I am is the only reality. It's natural. It's your nature. It's your name. Right? I no longer, and I want to talk about two similar conversations that I had. And both of these creators are living really what they consider the life of their dreams. They're both now traveling the world with their specific persons that they that they met and created and manifested in their life, right? And one of them, the only difference between these two creators is one's on a paid leave from her job, and the other has a business that's fully funded. I think it's online. I think it's an online business. And now they're traveling around the world with their specific persons. So the question wasn't about what did they do or didn't do. It's about who they are now. It's natural to them to everything to be unfolding for them. They understand that it's their nature, right? It's like I was marveling at their faith, just like Jesus in the story of the centurion, right? Where he was marveling at the faith of the centurion. He says, I haven't seen this type of faith or this faith in all of Israel. This was powerful. Their faith, their knowing that they are their reality, that they created all. And one of them said, I no longer look for movement techniques or what others do. I move as source. I do me. That's why I put this out. I do me. I love that. There's nothing else to do but do you. Be you, in other words. The doing is being. I love this. So powerful. Adds a whole new level. We leveled up together, right? What they did, what they specifically did or didn't do, or how they expressed gratitude, or what they affirmed is totally irrelevant, right? If you're struggling with that, then it's not natural. It's not your nature. You can't get there from there, right? As Abraham Hicks would say. So let's talk about this. So, yeah, okay. Manifesting and creating your own reality is natural. It's your nature. It doesn't take time. It takes awareness and focus that you're already that person you desire to be. It's natural to assume, to imagine and affirm I am already that which I desire to be. You're doing that naturally, and you're creating your entire life experience, your entire 3D world physical experience, whether you believe it or not, naturally imagining, assuming and affirming your reality right now and now and now, right? And so waiting for it, asking and then waiting, praying and then waiting, desiring and then waiting, creates a reality of waiting for something to happen out there, but it's not happening, right? Waiting in time. You're making it unnatural. It's not your nature. It's not natural to you. To ask and wait is not natural. To pray and wait is not natural. To desire and wait is not natural. It's to desire and be it. To pray for it and be it. To ask for it and be it already. To choose. That's what asking really means when it refers to it in Scripture, in the Bible, and other areas. To choose, to imagine and become the answer. Because it's asked and answered already. It's answered in the asking of it. Your prayers are answered in the asking of it. Your desires are fulfilled in the desiring of it. You become the answer. That's natural. That's your nature as a creator. Well, then where is it, you ask, one of you? I've asked. I've made my choice. I've imagined. I've assumed. I've affirmed it. Why has nothing changed? That's the question, because it's not natural. Because up to this point, you haven't asked in that name or nature of who you really are. Jesus said it here. Your own I am awareness being answered it in John 16:24. Until now, you have asked for nothing in my name. Asked and it will be given you. Asked, in other words, it's answered. Desire it and it's fulfilled. But up to this point, you haven't desired it. You haven't prayed for it. You haven't asked for it. You haven't imagined it. You haven't assumed it in my name, in my nature. I am who I am, that which I desire to choose, affirm, and assume to be. Up until now, you haven't made it natural. You're asking and waiting. You're praying and waiting. You're desiring and waiting. Instead of choosing and becoming. You're looking out there. What did others do? How did they express their gratitude? What did they do in the 24-hour challenge? What did they say? What did they affirm? It's irrelevant what others did. What's their story? What's their success story? I need that to motivate me. It's irrelevant. Your reality. Time and space is irrelevant. That's why when Moses was at the burning bush, right, investigating the burning bush, I just talked about this yesterday, I think. No idea. I keep talking about this stuff. Moses, Moses. God calls out, and what does Moses say? Here I am. Because time and space is irrelevant. You are that now. I am is natural in your nature, right? Ask, and this is in Matthew 7:7. Ask, and it will be given you. Seek, and you will find. Knock, and it will be open to you. In other words, I am the door. The door will be open to you. Will is a modal verb of absolute certainty here. It's not talking about the future. Don't confuse that with waiting in the future. Ask and it will be given, meaning ask and with certainty it's yours. Will is a modal of the future in terms of grammar, when we talk about grammar, but it's also a modal verb of absolute certainty. It will be given. Just ask, but how do you ask? Ask in my name, in my nature. Make it natural. It's natural to you. Stand in that naturalness of that declaration, of that affirmation, of that assumption of who you are, that imaginal act. It's an absolute done deal. It's certain, right? That's what that means. The original Aramaic retranslated version of John 23:24 I've talked about before is this: ask without hidden motive and be surrounded by the answer. In other words, ask without conditions and judgments that make it unnatural. That I've got to do a certain thing, or I have to be a certain way, or I have to ask a certain way, or affirm a certain way, or a certain process. Or you're judging the current 3D unfolding or physical circumstances. And trying to avoid those, trying to get rid of those. You'd ask without any motive, right? Be surrounded by your answer. In other words, become the answer. Don't desire and wait, right? Desire and become it. Don't pray for it and wait. Pray for it and know that it's answered. Don't ask and wait. Ask and know that it's answered. Be the answer. Be surrounded by the answer. To ask, desire, and imagine it is to become it, is to be it, right? Be enveloped by what you desire, that your gladness may be full. In other words, be that fulfillment, because fulfillment's natural. You couldn't even ask and pray for or desire anything unless it was answered and fulfilled here and now. You couldn't even imagine it or think of it. It's fulfilled now. And you're going to go, well, why does it seem to come in time? Because that unfolding in time and space is the physical experience. It's not time. It's not a thing. It's not about things take time. They unfold as an experience. It's the change in that changeless reality. It's all that is. Everything happens simultaneously right now, where you put your focus on some certain experience or perspective or viewpoint of all that isness. And how you do that, how you focus in on that and experience it, you create this idea, you create the space and the time in which it unfolds. You create all that. That's amazing, right? Ask and it will be given you. It's a statement of truth. It's a statement of fact. It's a statement of certainty. It's a statement of conviction. It's the absolute conviction and certainty that I am that which I desire to be. That's powerful. Here and now. I am is your natural, is your nature. I am is natural. It's your nature. That I am awareness, that being that you are, that multidimensional being that is all realities, that's all images, all frames, all versions, all identities, all memories, all images. That desire equals fulfillment, that cause equals effect, that ask equals answered. It's all now. It's all answered. You're all that is. Then you have that physical experience, the Son of God, that all that isness that you are, that self-aware intelligence, becoming aware of itself, creating the physical experience. Your experience of reality is always unfolding, shifting, and revealing itself. Yes, it's simultaneous. Yes, it's all done. Yes, you're all that. But how do you know you're all that? How do you know you're that absolute spiritual, perfect being? All that is. By creating an experience, an unfolding, a shifting, a revealing of that. Seeing a certain vantage point or perspective without judging any other vantage point or perspective or viewpoint, without putting any conditions on it, without any hidden motives. And then that unfolds in a physical experience, but that physical experience, that physical manifested experience, isn't solid. It's not something that doesn't change. It's changing all the time. You're creating your past, present, and future right now by who you decide you are. It's always shifting and unfolding. Every time you ask, desire, imagine, assume, affirm, in His name, in other words, in the name of who you are, I am, right? I am that I am. That's what we're talking about here. I am, right? In His name, in His nature, you collapse time and space. You shift, changing your past, present, and future. All probabilities exist, all probable pasts, infinite probable pasts, probable presents, probable futures, probable horizontal experiences, probable horizontal futures, probable horizontal pasts, probable horizontal presents, all exist. And so you shift and change your past, present, and future, all probabilities, as your new desired experience unfolds in time and space. And it's always shifting, it's always unfolding. That's how you do it. That's how to collapse time and space, to manifest your desire, quote, fast, because it's always unfolding. I am your host, Tom Kearin, and this is the Be Something Wonderful studio of higher consciousness, where we help you level up and become the best version of yourself. Creators, thank you. Thank you for being with me. Thank you for liking and sharing and commenting on our videos. Thank you for being part of our Facebook group, The Ambassadors, at facebook.com/groups/Be Something Wonderful. For joining us on Instagram and Twitter at Tom Kearin, our TikTok at Be Something Wonderful, and our membership channel. We have a live stream scheduled for the membership channel, our 7th live stream this year, on July 28th, 2024 at 9 a.m. Pacific Time, USA, here, coming from the studios of Be Something Wonderful. We're going to come to you live and answer your questions, talk about the topics that you are sending to us at info@besomethingwonderful.com. We'll also answer questions. I'll also answer questions live right on the chat during the live stream, like I have been doing over the last few months. This is our 16th live stream, our 7th one this year. Stay tuned. If you're a member, join us. If you're not a member, just check out the link below. Creators with great love, with great light and infinite gratitude. This is Tom Kearin here in the studios of Be Something Wonderful. Until next time, we'll see you soon.